top stories, Prime Minister Abiy appointed Getachew Redda as advisor on East African affairs. And the World Bank praises Ethiopia's digital agriculture efforts. Hello and welcome to BBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. With the news, I'm Tabitha John. Do stay with us. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has appointed Mr. Getachew Redda as his advisor for East African affairs with the rank of minister, effective immediately, according to an official statement from the Office of the Prime Minister. Mr. Getachew's new role follows his 2-year service as Chief Administrator of the Tigray Region Interim Administration, a position he assumed following the signing of the Pretoria Peace Agreement. His tenure concluded this week with his deputy, Lieutenant General Taddese Orede, taking over the leadership of the interim administration. The formal handover ceremony was held on April 8, 2025 at the Office of the Prime Minister. The event was attended by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Terune, Federal Ministers, Speaker of Parliament, African Union Commission Chairperson Mr. Mahamoud Ali Yusuf, IGAD Executive Secretary Mr. Werkene Gebayo, as well as ambassadors and representatives from various international organizations and diplomatic missions based in Addis Ababa. The new interim administration, under the leadership of Lieutenant General Taddese, officially began its duties on April 10, 2025, as confirmed by the administration's office. In a related news, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed today welcomed Dr. Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, former President of the Republic of Tanzania, who delivered a special message from President Samia Suluhu Hassan. Dr. Kikwete, serving as President Suluhu's special envoy, was received at the office of the Prime Minister in Addis Ababa. In a brief statement shared via social media, Prime Minister Abiy confirmed that he had received a special message from President Samia Suluhu, underscoring the continued diplomatic engagement between Ethiopia and Tanzania. Ethiopia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Gideon Timotheus, highlighted the importance of regular dialogue to further enhance Ethiopia's partnership with the European Union during a meeting with Simon Mordew, Deputy Secretary General for Economic and Global Issues at the European External Action Service. During their discussions held at the Minister's office, Gideon emphasized the need to bolster the comprehensive strategic partnership engagement agreement signed between Ethiopia and the EU in 2026. He also provided an overview of recent national and regional developments, underscoring the significance of deeper cooperation in areas such as economic growth, investment, and regional peace and security. Deputy Secretary General Mordew reaffirmed the EU's strong interest in its relationship with Ethiopia. He noted that the EU's collaboration with Ethiopia, particularly in economic development, entrepreneurship, and investment, has broader regional implications and contributes positively beyond bilateral ties. welcome back. The World Bank's global lead for data-driven digital agriculture and innovation has commended Ethiopia's agricultural progress driven by digital data to enhance productivity. In an exclusive interview with the Ethiopian news agency, Parmesh Shah, World Bank's global lead for data-driven digital agriculture and innovation, said that Ethiopia has made significant progress in leveraging agricultural digital data to enhance productivity. Jerusalem Betzaha presents.
Under the World Bank-funded Food Security Resilient Program implemented since 2022, the agriculture sector has registered encouraging early results. Speaking to Ethiopian news agency, Parmesh Shah, World Bank's global lead for data-driven digital agriculture and innovation, substantial improvements in African agricultural productivity, products and service can be achieved through investments in data regarding farms, soils, climate and weather with the development of a data platform. Shah also commended that Ethiopia has developed a 5-year digital agriculture roadmap and is providing some advisory service to farmers based on data. He also acknowledged Ethiopia's focus on empowering youth, the private sector and startups in investing in data and climate service.
Ethiopia has developed a digital agriculture roadmap for 5 years, and it is providing some advisory services to farmers based on data. It has also digitized all their soil data. They have digitized soil map available, and they have working on 4 or 5 use cases here, and I think a lot of private sector in Ethiopia, Lirisha and lots of other startups are working with government to provide climate environment services.
While acknowledging that these are preliminary findings, Shah expressed optimism for the future.
Early stage lessons show us that Ethiopia has introduced some climate resilient varieties with farmers, seeds, and which are being adopted by farmers. A lot of farmers are receiving advice based on climate data, weather data, and they are implementing solutions based on the advice which they are getting. And we have seen 20% increase in productivity in the early stages, but it's too early right now because it's only 1 or 1.5 year old. But if all the solutions and all the investments which are designed are implemented, we can expect to see 30 to 40% increase in productivity. And also when there's a climate shock, the production will not fall down significantly. It will be stable production. And then finally the access to markets, because Ethiopia is now emerging as a big agribusiness destination. It's got aspiration to do that. So it will also give us, give farmers who want to sell their products better access to markets both in Africa and outside.
According to Shah, Ethiopia and Kenya are at the forefront in East African countries. Other African nations are also making strides in this area, including Malawi, which has digitalized all its data, and Ghana, which has developed digital advisory business platforms.
And finally, African leaders call for overhaul of migration framework at Khartoum Process Summit in Cairo. At the second Khartoum Process Ministerial meeting held in Cairo, African nations urged for a comprehensive restructuring of the current migration framework to enhance legal migration pathways and intensify efforts against human trafficking. Shagao Yamato has more from CGT in Africa.
New Horn of Africa Migration Route Initiative, also known as the Khartoum Process, is a platform that brings decision makers in Europe and Africa together. It has aimed at creating an open dialogue between the two continents to discuss and work on means to develop regular migration and stop illegal migration and human trafficking.
There is a global migration crisis. There are countries in need of migrants and countries in urgent need to export migrants. Europe needs to select the migrants it receives to benefit its society. Exporting countries do not operate in the same way, which leads to irregular migration.
40 countries participate in the Khartoum process alongside the European Union and the African Union. The second ministerial conference of the group held in Cairo looked into revolutionizing the traditional approaches to migration issues. Besides the usual efforts to curb the paths of irregular migrants and create job opportunities at home, Africa has called for better official channels to be put in place to allow migrants legally and easily head out of the continent.
The pathways for regular migration must be expanded and reimagined. Traditional models that extract talent without reciprocity are unsustainable. We advocate for secular migration frameworks that build capacity, transfer skills, and strengthen institutions across participating nations.
We need more cooperation, more support, more burden sharing with Europe, with developed countries, and because we are assuming a great deal of responsibilities, and we are not satisfied with the current level of contributions and support, not only to support Egypt, but mainly to support the host communities as well as the refugees.
The meeting of countries involved in the Khartoum process comes as the European Border and Coast Guard Agency Frontex registered the lowest rates of irregular migrants going to Europe in 2024. Thus, despite the 14% increase in migrants attempting to reach Europe, it's a testimony to the efficiency of the collaborative work between Africa and Europe. According to Frontex, 146,000 African migrants tried to reach Arab Gulf and European countries in 2024. That's nearly half the figure recorded in 2023. More than 4,400 people died in these dangerous journeys last year.
You're watching ABC. A quick reminder of the stories making headlines. Prime Minister Abiy appointed Getachew Reda as advisor on East African affairs. And the World Bank praises Ethiopia's digital agriculture efforts. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Many thanks for watching. Goodbye for now and do take care.